I want a sandwich. Now. Oh, sandwich wench. Yo, wench. Sandwich. Now. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. Sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. Sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. Oh, sandwich wench. I want a sandwich. Sandwich.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. Hope you're having a marvellous day today. Today we're going to be taking a look at the, I'd say, recent goings-on with Chantal. And for the bants, we're going to go back a little. Because I wanted just to, well, there isn't enough really for a whole show, just on like the stuff she's done recently. It's minimal. But there's a few things we need to read, go through, understand, make head nor tail of, as it were. And hopefully understand or work out what's happening next with her, right? And then I want to go back as like some kind of retro thing. I think Sinatra did this first. The first person I saw do it. Go back and watch older content of like Amber. I think he was doing with her. And I think I didn't really do that, but and I'll show you why I didn't do it. Am I on the right? Yeah. I'll ignore that. That's relevant to what we're doing. If I go to her channel here, and I go videos, and then go oldest, obviously she only has content from 2 years ago, right? Which I kind of want to show. I want to go through this first hijab one because I think it's hilarious, and the noble live stream thing, because I think these are hilarious in retrospect. Like, they are actually hilarious. But they offer us an opportunity, because obviously all the older OG good stuff is gone. Just Staying, right off with that. You can do one. That's on her channel, isn't it? Just Staying has old streams and content. And I'm like, well, we'll go to that then and watch it. Hello to everyone in the chat. Let me just say hello to everyone. Hello, Argentum's Sound. Yikes. Sinking Further is late as usual. Hello, Dessa. Hello, Miss Cherry Blossom 85. Hello, Linda Nicholson. Hello, a shrimp fried my rice, Verity, Revan Faye, Anxiety, Thunder Rain, Boop Girl. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. It's very kind of you. Hi. Apple Crumble. Hi. I love Apple Crumble with custard. Hi, Warsmith, Aaron Wen, Otaku Gamer Judas. Hope motherhood or fatherhood. Motherhood? Yeah, it's suiting you well. Hello, Monica. Hello, Shirks, Sky, Hupsis, Miss Beethoven, Misty, sorry, Beethoven. Hello, Amanda R. Gwape Gang. Oh, that's a name, isn't it? Hello Tiggs, hello Misty Boo, hello Alexis, Talita, Ras Silverstorm, Shira, Grandma Kim, Shari. Hope you're doing marvellously. But yeah, as you go back through her channel, obviously she's gotten rid of all the good stuff basically and left us with this nonsense instead, which no one cares about. Although History of Food Addiction Storytime does pique my interest. Well, actually, that does pique my interest. We're going to put that up. Yeah. We're going to go through this. You're not alone. Right. I bet this video got demonetized. Are the comments on? Ah, you're a sausage. But first of all, we need to look at this. So, I don't have the video. I think it was on Milky Chai's channel. Barbecue Chicken had tweeted these images out. And if I open them up in a separate window, they're far too small. Hello, Unseelie, and I think Andrea Tane. 19 kilometers. Hope you're all well. If you enjoy this at some point, do smash the like. Now, the cameo is 1 minute and like, is it 15 seconds? No, 15. So it's 75 seconds long. And she looks a bit rough, doesn't she? And this led to a lot of people speculating whether or not she's back in Canada or in Kuwait still. Now, if she was smart, she'd be back in Kuwait by now, wouldn't she? Sorry, Canada by now. I'm kidding. She'd be back in Canada. The smart move would be to leave quickly. Right? Expedite, get out. Oh, I'm very sorry it's been a rough few nights for you, Judas. I hope things improve. The smart move would be go back to Canada, lick your wounds, and rebuild your life, because you screwed up. That screw up is actually led me to a question. And I've been talking to Leona, hi Bri, one of my lovely mods, Wildling, in the chat usually, about this, because I believe Chantal is a naturally self-destructive person, in the sense that she will always keep going until she breaks it, and then she'll lick herself and leave. She does it every time, and so I believe she's doing it as a form of self-punishment. I don't know what for, but I think that's what she's doing. I've always thought it. It's why I look at her with a level of pity, because I do think she could be better, but she seeks to destroy cause. Now, the flip side to that is Leona believes that actually it's because she does not understand consequence. She takes too much for granted. Now, I do agree in taking too much for granted, but I don't think she doesn't understand consequence. I think she doesn't care because she wants to suffer. Right? FB's filters, understandably. If she went to jail, she would easily lose too. She would actually. It'd be like Chris Chan. After Chris Chan was accused of diddling their mother, which they did, they were in prison, held for about a year, I think, and they dropped a fair bit of weight. That's understandable. And Chris Chan went further nuts. Thank you, Shirabi, for the super chat. She looks yellow like Simpson. I do think, right, without the filters on, as many on, she is struggling, and there's a problem here. The problem is that she's not allowed to make money if she's in Kuwait. She's not allowed to. And this leads down a legal path. Now, I'm going to insert, there are a number of people since Chantal went bye-bye for a bit. So if I go to latest, since this all happened, let's call it Brucegate. I don't know. Since that happened, things have been a bit... no. Hi, Ger. Hope you're well. I believe she fled as well. I don't... Maybe not Canada, maybe Thailand, but the car has us wonder. Now, since this has happened, there have been a lot of people, the whole cat situation, there have been a lot of people within the community fighting each other and confused. Now, some are confused because they don't know what to do without Chantal there, therefore proving my point that the relationship between the haters and Chantal is very much symbiotic. If she's not there, they struggle. Now, some can say they're above it or they don't care, they've done with it, they're over it. Don't lie, Chantal is your bottom line. And to watch you fight each other, including some of the haters who are offering to drive around Cornwall just to find her, speaks volumes about where that line in the sand you think resides, as opposed to where everyone else knows it resides. It is nowhere near Chantal. If she's in Cornwall, leave her alone. When she's on the internet, what she does here, fair game. What she does away from this, no. Not our business. And we do not go near her IRL. We do not make it a point to offer to search for her or ask people to search for her either. But the part I mentioned was people tearing each other apart. Yeah, as a community, there are people tearing each other apart because they have nothing else to do. That should tell you the nature of you as a person if your first thought is to start going in on everyone else around you to get your fix. Okay? Slop World Fix. Yeah, random web abuser indeed. Appears to be releasing old videos. Yeah, I think she is too. I think she is. And that's interesting. I saw them the other day, last night, sorry, when I was looking up stuff for this. And the owner found the Just Saying videos. And I thought, okay, we'll use those. Don't touch that. Yeah, we're trying to avoid it, Wise Hermit. Where is Julia? Yeah, where is Julia? I'm with you on that, Amanda, 100%. I hope the cat's okay. I really do. The trials and tribulations of global world. Indeed, it's why I don't associate with many within. I do talk to like shenanigans. I've spoken to Barbecue Chicken. I know Just Saying. We've spoken before a couple times, but I don't have regular communication with the vast majority. I think the only person I speak to semi-regularly would more than likely be actually the most commonly spoken to would be shenanigans, and even that's just DMs here and there. really, I don't, because I don't want to encourage people being like that. Like, if you want to be angry, but you don't have to. I've been teaching my nieces and nephews this. If someone's angry at you, try and be the bigger person and don't pass it on to another person. Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of this comes down to, and I find it incredibly unhealthy. Because if that's what you find pleasurable or enjoyable, there's a lower life expectancy right there. And yes, justice for all the cats. I'm hoping that Julia's okay. I'm loving it too, Thunder Rain, but I'm just going to give my piece of advice just to not engage. Just chill out, have a biscuit, and relax. The speculation on Milky Chai is that she's in Kuwait, courtesy of this image here. It's possible that Chantel is so stupid that she didn't think to leave soon enough, right? It's always possible, yeah. But I think she had to. There's no way she's that dumb not to leave, because I think she has to leave for her own safety, and that's where we're going next. Because we're going to get a smear dropped here on Twitter, because we're going to read this because they've got some document stuff here. This is interesting, and this is all important information, and I want to go through it. I hope Julia does too, to be honest. I'm curious to see what happens to Salah. And with Chantel, it's one mistake that spiraled massively. Yeah. And we've got to be careful as creators. I'm in England. Hi, Bean. Hello, everyone that's joined. Hope you're well. If I haven't said hello to you in the chat, do say hi back so I can, of course, haze your fluffing brains out. Do let me know, by the way, if the audio for this sounds better. With the help of my friend Cog, I have added some filters to the audio on OBS. Hopefully, it's good enough. Are we role-playing Star Trek? No. So, updates from Pause Kuwait. Mo Translate has been kind enough to translate for us. This complaint is against both Chantel and Salah. It was filed yesterday. So that would have been 10th, which was Tuesday. Pause sent this information to me to post, as their lawyer has advised them not shared directly from their Instagram. Now that makes some sense. Hi, Amanda. Hello, Laura. Hope you're well as well. Hello, Heidi Midget. Oh, right, fair enough. I'm happy to read it out, by the way. Heidi. Oh, I've got an ad on my phone. Don't do that. Hi, Mothman Muses. Hope you're well. Hello, Rest in Piss. No teabagging Jesus. Oh, well, indeed. Yes, none of that. Yes, visually impaired. I did figure that's what you meant. I just obviously read it as it was. She could be in her mum's or aunt's car. I think she's in Canada, but I'm open to being proven wrong. So, it is also illegal for them to post on a public platform about certain topics or to use inappropriate words. Now, I agree with this, with Pause Kuwait no longer using their social media if this is being properly, legally processed to talk about a legal system, an issue with it, or a case. You shouldn't be publicly talking about an ongoing case once the ball starts rolling anyway. To let people know it's happening, yeah, 100%. To clap back against those who are, like Chantel, for example, who's opened their mouth and written a check, fine. I would like to remind those of you who have been harassing Pause for updates that they are not obligated to share any information publicly. Yeah, please don't yet. Let this play out. They have only shared what they have so far for transparency. I also don't have to share anything they send me. I don't know what to expect in terms of future updates. I believe now is the time we wait and see what the investigations bring. This is exciting, and I agree with the sentiment, by the way. I used to do crime content on this channel. The Halls of Injustice. Hello, Rex the Dragon. Hello, Shumbunkins. There you go. Hi. Voice filters. It basically helps with the noise gate and the noise and the cancelling of background noise, which is handy because I have a fan on for my dogs. And the crime content, I never did videos after a certain until a verdict was given, which meant I missed out on some really big opportunities for certain topics to play them out as time went by, back when that content was more popular, right? Miss Fizzy, hope you're well. Hello, Carlos Fish. Hope you're well. Yes, I believe now's the time. Yeah. I plan to continue to share what I can when it is available. Keep in mind that this is the second complaint filed. Thank you to everyone who has been patient and willing to listen to all that has been shared. Let's continue to hope and pray for justice. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Hi, Xylee Gets Sassy. Hello, Trash to Treasure. Hello, Jonker House. Hope you're well. Have I missed anyone? I have not. Jabba Shacks. There are many updates for people on this, and I really don't understand any of it. I don't pay attention to communities, though, just to be clear. I see the arguing, and I'm like, actually, you know what? There are lines in the sand. Don't take this IRL, and don't threaten to dox people. Don't do anything like that. I did too, but we've discussed this so many times. It just no one watched it. We can hear a fan yeah. As long as it's only a low buzz, but it is there for the dogs. So ultimately, if anyone complained, I would actually tell you to go fuck yourself. My dogs come first. I don't care. No, that's not a dig, just to be clear. It's more of a, I have priorities, and those two puppers supersede everyone else. So, I'm sorry for the suspense that was built over this. I know this might not be that exciting for some of you. Okay, first image. Client's name, redacted. Good name. Opponent, Chantel Saralt. I see you really aren't married then. Subject of the case, electronic crimes complaint. Initial status, the plaintiff. Oh, this is good. It's a current case. Oh, this is exciting. This was done on the 12th of June 2025, which is, well, hang on. That's today, isn't it? Was this posted today? When was the original tweet? Oh, the 11th. Oh, it's a one-day thing. Okay, right. Next page. Right, hang on. Reading the names. Oh, we got, so, present to you, redacted, a Kuwaiti national, plaintiff, against Chantal, a Canadian national, Salah al-Din Samir Hassan al-Rafai, a Syrian national, redacted. Thank you about the cat dog comment. High anxiety. Yesterday, it's the 12th here. Maybe the date was issued wrong on that piece. It says the 12th. Today's the 12th on my end. I know that because I got on a train tomorrow and it's the 13th. Unless it's the 13th where you are, in which case time might be a little bit different for you. Hi, Anonymum. Hope you're well. Why didn't your voice go? Wait, what? How dare you say that? It might be something weird in my voice. If there is, I do apologise. Don't make me insecure, you bastards. I'm kidding. Any criticism that people want to levy is valid and useful, and I'll happily take it on board. 23 here. Fair enough. I don't know what it is here. But it's warm enough that dogs would suffer. Histari, hope you're well. Hello, Sarah, hope you're well. Prostitute means living as married when you are not. Aha. Hi, oh god, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Naming Green, Anya. Hi. Hope you're well. Indeed, Friday the 13th. So, the complainant is a Kuwaiti citizen, and while she was in her residence located in the area of that place, while browsing YouTube, was surprised by the account Foodie Beauty, who was posting requests to collect donations in violation of the law and without a permit. Or you got a license for that? The account also posts clips of sexual nature that incite debauchery and immorality. Sorry, immortality. That says immortality, okay? Which the complainant will refrain from mentioning, but you will find it all over on the flash drive attached to the complaint. It shows the participation of both defendants in preparing and publishing those clips. They also publish clips of oil fields, which is violation of the law. In addition, they commit traffic violations and document these cases and actually, she does do pretty bad driving, doesn't she? Yeah. Oh yeah. Case of public YouTube on the account mentioned above. Since the complainant is Kuwaiti, she is acting in the best interest of this country and all of its citizens. The law encourages all those who live here to report all crimes they witness. Article 2... Oh, sorry, not my phone. Immortality is the last thing Chantal is promoting. You know what? That doesn't surprise me. Article 200 of the Penal Code also stipulates that anyone who incites a male or female to commit acts of debauchery or prostitution, or assist them in doing so in any way, shall be punished with imprisonment for a period not exceeding 1 year. And Lumpy, you having a little cough? Get yourself some water. I filled your bowl up. And a fine not exceeding 1,000 rupees or either of these two penalties. Ooh. Have I missed anyone? I have not. Humidity. Oh, that's horrible, Sky. the victim is under 18 years of age, the penalty shall be imprisonment for a period not exceeding 2 years and a fine not exceeding 1,000 rupees. I don't know what that is in exchange, so if anyone knows what the exchange rate is, let me know. Or either of these two penalties. Article 3 is Meg yawning. Sorry. Also stipulates imprisonment for a period not exceeding 3 years and a minimum fine of 3,000 dinars and not exceeding 10,000 dinars, or one of these two penalties. Whoever uses the internet or uses any means of technology to obtain information for themselves or for someone else regarding money, benefit, documents, or signature by using a fraudulent method or by using a false name or impersonating another identity to deceive victims is the reason why we are filing this complaint. Oh, hi Shady Lane. This is good. I like this. I haven't said hello to you, Mr. Gaming. Hi, hope you're well. Her grid and a cat is doing this. Yeah, it's interesting that that's all it took, because she's done it before. Remember, she got donations once to raise money so she can make like little care packages for cats. And then she went out and into like a car park and waddled around and put it under cars for them. Bit crap, to be honest, wasn't it? Next page. The complainant submits the current complaint in order to take the necessary legal action against the defendants. With respect and appreciation, obviously that signature is redacted. Pause Kuwait, they should understand that we are following the law. We can't post anything from now on. All will be sent to you. Right, that's confirmation of this. The next page is, I think that's this, but I can't read that. I assume that is what it is, because I can't read that. But we have here, this is not a show from Pause Kuwait. We are not doing this for attention or drama. We are standing up loud and clear for what was done to our beloved country and our religion. We are not pressing charges to please anyone. We are doing this because what she did is deeply offensive, unacceptable, and dangerous. Anyone who does such a thing must be held accountable, no exceptions. We have put ourselves at serious risk. We are receiving death threats. They are telling us to be careful, that they're coming for us. They know where we live and they know how we look. But we are still here and we never backed down. Blah, blah, blah. Supporters, more is coming. Somebody will attend the prosecutors tomorrow. The case is being built with all the evidence and legal support. And, hang on, wait, is this the... Oh, that's immortality. So what was this first one? The first one was... Oh, right, subject complaints of incitement to immortality and debauchery and collecting donations. Electronic crime. The next one... It is the same thing, isn't it? I think it is. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, okay, we got that. Right. Oh, sorry. Thanks, stuck in bed with the virus. F. Argentum Sound, who did, don't know. You're sat on the grid. Oh, lucky bastard, William. Hi, Deb, hope you're well. Hello, Galanti. Hello, everyone. 89 in your part of New Jersey, is that it? Receiving donations in Kuwait illegal. I think it is when you say you're going to do it for an hour. Memory serves, you do have to have a license for certain. She asked for donations and then said she would donate it, but it has to be done through legal means in Kuwait. We discussed this last week, and I've already forgotten what it was. Yeah, I'm curious why I added 37. That's an interesting one. Okay, so the tweet says, for whatever this info is worth, debauchery, false identity, prostitution, and cybercrimes in Kuwait can all come from living together while unmarried. Also, Foodie Beauty's YouTube dollar bolsters false representation and cybercrimes charges and crosses from morality to fraud. Let's not forget here, and take this all in for a moment. I ask, Argentum Sam, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Hope as long as the audio is good, we're all golden. The ratio of dinar to pound is 1 to 2. Oh, really? Thank you, Random Web Abuser. I appreciate that. Chantal only went to Kuwait, not just because she wanted this idealist life that she doesn't deserve, but also to avoid paying taxes in Canada, if memory serves. And then what did she do? She worked around it by constantly doing a tourist visa hop and then claimed to us, no, I'm not. I'm going sightseeing with my husband. So let's go to Thailand and do videos that barely get any views. Why? Because we're creative, everyone. I will admit. You actually did go and do stuff initially, which we covered on this channel. Oh, yawn. Sorry. However, and it is worth pointing out, it was all fake and it was a visa run. The only reason Salah went is because he had your money. It's why, if memory serves, you were temporarily demonetized because you're transferring your accounts to him. Right now, your AdSense check for last month is going to look bad. The one for this month is going to look even worse. And if you get any fines, you're even more screwed. Hi, Deborah. Hello, SK. Foodie Somali. Basically, yes. I think she'll get deported, but I think she'll be banned as well from the country. I think she'll be permabanned. Now, she has said in rage streams in the past, if I get banned from Kuwait or I get kicked out, I'll go somewhere else. I'll keep doing it because I don't need Canada. Well, thank you, Rapping Skills Ken. I appreciate that. Thank you to everyone that's super chatted so far. I really appreciate that. Any and all support helps this channel. For those who are interested, I am going to the glorious city of the Norwich tomorrow, and I forgot to put that there. There we go. I'm going to Norwich tomorrow, so if anyone does want to directly support, it's the coffee link in the pinned comment. Let us continue with this, though, because we've got more to read. So we have here an image that is... Oh, that's too big. Let me open a new tab. That is... There we go. Let's do this. Part 1, why pretending to be married in Kuwait can lead to criminal charges. In Kuwait, cohabitation between a man and woman who are not legally married is haram. This isn't just cultural, it's a prosecutable offence under morality laws, not mortality or immortality. Canada doesn't need it either. Hi, Tennerhead. Probably be banned. I think he will be, and that would actually suck because he's dug himself a hole here. He ditched his entire life to go to Canada and failed to get in, right? I think her passport will be flagged, and I think she'll be sent back. And I think then she'll be screwed because she'll have to monetarily... Oh, thank you, Andy the Great. I really appreciate that. Thank you to everyone that's supporting. It's very kind of you all. Supporting the haters. Thank you very much, Xylee and Misty Beethoven. Jeez, okay, guys. That's a lot of enthusiasm. Thank you so much. And yes, please drive safe, Andy. Please. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. So, if a couple lived together without a legal marriage contract, publicly called each other husband and wife, and shared home for over 2.5 years. Weirdly, this is perfect for Chantel only. See, Salah rarely called her wife. Rarely. He did. I know he did. I'd have to find it, and chances are she's already deleted it. But on the couple's channel, I'm almost certain he has. And the photos they took together, where they looked like they were vaguely intimate. Yeah, don't try me, bish. Don't try me. Hi, Ola Fola. Hi, Gilly Witchy. Hello, Christy Claw. Hope you're all doing marvellously. Liz, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate that. Hi, Goosechuck. It would likely be treated as illicit sexual conduct under Kuwaiti Penal Code Article 200. So this is an interesting one because none of us think that they've been intimate. We don't think they sleep together. We don't think they're married anyway. So all of this, yes, is a real burn on her. Why am I not getting any alerts for this today? Even without proof of sex, the domestic arrangement itself, especially if publicly displayed online, is enough for the state to presume wrongdoing. I'm somewhat surprised that no one had mentioned it, cottoned onto this part sooner, because there is a level of intelligence with the haters. Random Web Abuser, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months as well. Fraudy Beauty and the Consequences of Our Actions. It's like a Harry Potter novel, but less chance of me reading it. If the couple... Part 2. False identity and misrepresentation. If the couple knowingly misrepresented their marital status, this can trigger additional charges under laws related to false identity, forgery or document fraud. Oh no. And that's if used in visa housing claims, which I could believe, misuse of electronic platforms to deceive the public. Well, Fraudy Beauty seems like an appropriate name now, doesn't it, guys? Hi, David Reynolds. Hope you're well. Yeah, she definitely won't have a problem losing the weight. I couldn't agree more. I don't know if she'd get any prison time, but I think she'd be kicked out for certain. In Kuwaiti law, false identity doesn't have to mean faking a name or ID. Although she had been claiming, she tried to change her name to Mariam as her Muslim name. She tried to claim that they were married under some kind of thing. So they have to prove that, I think. I don't know how that works. Actually, it's faith-based. I think if the marriage isn't legit, then they're already screwed. If these are being considered, then it means that no. Could they have sex? I'd rather not think about it, girl gamer. Hi, Bent Face Clan, if I haven't said hello to you already. She asked for $5,000 in donation to see after seeing her marriage to. Oh yeah, she did. If you donate to me, my coffee goals hit, I'll draw one in paint. You're welcome. And I'll send it to Foodie Beauty as well. I'm kidding. When this is broadcast online, it can fall under Article 3 of the Cybercrime Law, which penalizes using digital tools to spread deception or manipulate public understanding. Oh, sorry. There we go. Liz, never mind Foodie Beauty. I've been a watcher and a fan since Content Constable. You have no idea how to say. Oh, thank you so much. That's incredibly kind of you to say. I think I'm an insufferable English twerp. But I'm self-deprecating and I'm allowed to do it. Don't even try. Hi, Sniper Love. Don't even try to culturally appropriate my stuff. I'm kidding. Thank you so much for the kind words. It's very generous of you to say. So on the part 3, why prostitution might be cited even without sex work. Now, this one's an intriguing one, because I never thought of prostitution as being sexless. Yeah? I'm sure I'm not the only person that thought this. Hi, Juicy Chicken, you are late as punishment. Smash the like. You're welcome. Let's see if I missed anyone. Charge of morale crime seems to be almost a placeholder. I think it is Celine EDM. Celine DM. Yeah, that's it. Walks, I imagine. So that's a thing of interest we'll get to soon, is how badly she's deteriorated. In Western systems, prostitution equals sex for money. In Kuwait and other Gulf states, the legal definition is broader. Monetizing an illicit relationship, receiving donations or gifts while publicly flaunting a morally illegal setup, and using social media or YouTube to normalize or profit off immoral conduct. So if a couple lived together while unmarried, pretended to be married, posted daily life content, and accepted PayPal or YouTube donations, prosecutors could reasonably argue that they profited from debauchery and exploited immoral conduct for gain, which can legally fall under prostitution in this context. And I like that constitution. I like that version of prostitution. I think that's a very astute way of using a word and redefining it to encompass fraud. Chantal was there as a tourist, yet she was live streaming in public places, which meant she was making money from beezes. Now, it's not beezes' fault. They wouldn't have known this beyond supporting her, which is their fault. But she was doing that. She was actually asking for donations on lives to hit goals so she'd go out and live stream. Now, I'm wondering if she knew enough to know that she didn't have, that she wasn't really allowed to do it, and merely the donations. And then when she didn't do the goal target, because she knew. But then she's been there so long, she did camel stuff. He went on a little quad bike thing. Like, they went to places. They went camping, didn't they, as well? Like, they did stuff. She monetized this. Knew how much better. Well, that's very, very, very sweet of you to say, guys. Awkwardness intensifies. I think, as far as this goes, as prostitution, there's a point. And I don't. Press 1 in the chat if you thought their relationship was real. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm glad, Julie Bean, it helps you at work. As long as people enjoy this, then I'm happy. Snucklers, thank you so much for the Elmeist. I appreciate that. 2 away from hitting our target, by the way, guys. Even though it's a cheeky one, let's face it. I would be shocked as well, Kat, 100%. But if she is, she's effective. She should have left the moment she had an opportunity, but she didn't, because she went and straight away went live and then said, I'm going to leave now, and then carried on streaming. Like, Bish, no chance. I'm starting to see a theme with the numbers, guys. Well done. I approve of that. Thank you so much for engaging in that. I do. Hello, Drama Fad, by the way. I said hello to you now or not? I said Miss Kitty Cats. I don't think I said hello to you. L Flowers, hello. I missed anyone else? Aku Mugen? Yes. Hi. So you have here summary of charges what they could face: moral offence, debauchery, immorality, prostitution, cybercrimes, promoting immoral behaviour, false identity, fraud, misrepresentation of marital status, visa related to, I think fraud also because the entire thing of her being here, in Kuwait, that is, there, was solely to get a life she didn't earn and to live consequence-free from taxes, to get healthcare access at a reasonable price that wasn't good enough for her anyway. She didn't learn the language. She wanted to live somewhere where she could just be what she deemed free but heavily restricted because she imposed it upon herself by wearing that stupid hijab all the time. The tucked-in bin liner that she made look like it was stretching and struggling. Financial violations, unauthorized fundraising. I think, yes, there were donations, we all know about that. I think it's unauthorized fundraising for every single live stream she's ever done. Please don't do that. Plumpy's being fussy. I think she has violated the rules repeatedly because she has kept on... She's been making money while there. And that we now know is illegal. It says here, using social media or YouTube to normalize or profit off immoral conduct. She spent her entire time in there trying to act like she was above everyone. Yeah? In videos like... where was it? Let's go back to the videos oldest, right? These ones, right? Trying to seem like she's above from everyone. Like, no videos, no... The truth, here's the truth. And yeah, no. Thinking she's above everyone, right? And then she'd rage on live streams having a go at people because, well, they're the haters. And she just couldn't let go. She couldn't stop herself. There's a level of anger and aggression involved, and some people need to learn when to grow up. And Chantal has never learnt when to grow up. This is horrible for her. I know many people are celebrating. To an extent, I am too, because now you're in the same ballpark as Johnny Somali and Vitaly. You're in the same ballpark. Okay, and that's I'm okay with this because the more you idiots in different countries act like dicks in different countries, the more people start to pay attention to you guys. The only risk is that more of the Western developed countries are going to look at you guys and go, "I wonder if we can curtail their freedoms a little." Not the United States though, because that's impossible. But since memory serves, didn't America decline ownership of Italy, even though he has citizenship, I think, there? I think he does. And Johnny Somali's American, but, well, and Chantal is, sadly, sorry, Bri, Canadian. This is not great. She's fecked. Right, if I, 100 was here. Okay, it's really fun. Right, so, they accused Poop Boy of inciting chins to commit acts of prostitution. Now, this is where we have this page again. But it's this part here. People are focused on this, right? We know she's committed acts of violation with regards to traffic, because we've seen her bump things, jump curbs. She's a terrible driver, she is, right? As far as the sexual nature, I'm not entirely sure what that's a reference to. Yeah? I'm not entirely sure what the sexual nature is beyond them being in the same place. So if anyone wants to help me with that, do so. The clips of the oil fields, as highlighted where my mouse is, I don't know if you can see that. We knew about this one because this came up quite early in the whole case. Yeah. And so we know that was a big no-no. Which is why, and it does explain even more, why whenever Chantal went somewhere, yeah, it was always some run-down, broken up, busted ass location, and it looked like absolute plop, but she treated it like it was some fun excursion. Like, no, it looked like rubbish. Kuwait, a lot of the areas in Kuwait look beautiful, yes. You didn't film any of that though because you knew you were a tourist and you were going to profit off it, which does raise the questions of your intentions, doesn't it? Is my chat frozen? I think my chat's frozen. Hang on. Hang on, let me fix that. It did freeze. I am so sorry, guys. Give me a second. I'm going to try and catch up. Bri, thank you so much for the super chat. And Liz as well. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry I didn't see those, but my chat froze. And yes, go. Megan Hale. Hi, Sniggers. Oh, that's a good... I like laughing. Revolution. Hi. Hello, Soft Squeaky Duck. Hello, anyone else? Marnie Smith, I think I've said hello to you. Hell's Bells, I don't think I've said hello to you either. Hello everyone. Let's see, show that. Oi. Okay, showing. Hope FFG's channel continues. This is just extra money for her. She works, gosh. I hope everyone does all right, to be fair. I thank you, Lilith DeVille. I really appreciate that. I've been out of the loop for a while. It's great catching up on. Yeah, Fraudy drama. I think Chantal should change her name to Fraudy at this point. Is it too cheeky to make another goal just for the sake of the bands? That one kind of smashed it unexpectedly. I'll do a smaller one. There you go. That works. Thank you so much for the super chats, guys. That was incredibly generous of you all. Hello, G-Dubs, I think. Isn't that you, Theatre Wench Ginger? Yeah, I think it is. Oh, just another... Oh, right. Another channel I won't watch. Yeah, there's a few people won't... there's a big line in the sand when it comes to many within the sort of hater area. Hi, Fluffy. Lose the beauty. I think so too. Something you have no control over, but you could do. Amazing. Hold it. Oh, it's very sweet. Very kind of you to say. But Hansel washes her in the shower and ew, 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 ew. Now, obviously, this means we can go to her channel, and her latest is nothing on the video side, nothing on the short side, nothing on this side, because she can't make any content right now, can she? So Chantal's kind of screwed, isn't she? She hasn't been active for 2 weeks. Now, 2 weeks for me is catastrophic as a creator. Okay, the majority of my income comes from making videos. Yeah. If I'm not active for 2 weeks, my channel suffers. It suffers because then you drop out of an algorithm. Yeah, you risk also losing ads because you don't have the residual views. I should probably go back here a second. I'll pull up Social Blade. Yeah, I've got I'm Alex on mine. Okay. Foodie beauty. There we go. Come over here. This is this right now is Social Blade. Okay, Chantal, her views are going down, 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 down. She's not growing. This is fake. Am I on the right tab? I am. Yeah, she's not growing. She's got nothing going on here, right? Oh, really? Can you not lag out on me, browser? Fam, don't do that. No. No. Sorry about this. Some early content is coming back on her channel. Yeah, I could believe that because she needs content. She needs something. Right now, this is not going to help. And we have some of the older videos pulled up so we can have a look at them just to see why she chose them. As far as I'm concerned with this, catastrophic. Now, as a live streamer, obviously she didn't get much on live stream views anyway, but still, getting close to 10k views per stream. Hi, thank you, Laura. Might be able to upload if she uses a VPN. I don't think she will, because I think if she used a VPN, she'd be ratted out in minutes. That's what I think. I think she'd be immediately ratted out, and that's the nature of what you've created for Chantal, right? She has created a community that absolutely hate her to death. She created it as well. If she can be proud of anything, it's not hitting 100,000 subs. It's having 100,000 people that despise you. Because she's never earned any respect. Yeah, she's never bothered to earn the trust or respect of her audience or of those that don't like her anymore. She won't do anything to do that either. Because it involves commitment. If she can't commit to losing weight, there's no way she can commit to being a nicer person. And you can prove how inept she is. Because if I go back here to the older content, to this video, to more recent, she looks better in this than she does now. And we will go to, I think, this video, because I think this one will be interesting. History of food addiction. I don't want to do a cover, because no. Don't care about the game. Don't care about another cover. Don't care about another cover. 4 Layers of Fear, don't care. The story of food addiction, that's interesting. Abby, as punishment, hit the like. Thank you. I'm kidding. You can you can actually do that. Thank you. That'd be great. Yeah. Yes. Well, the old stuff is this stuff. 6 and 7 years ago. The only one with her actually talking in is this one here about food addiction. I do kind of want to go through that. We do have some stuff that Just Saying has. Oh, no more live streams. First hijab. Basic. This is the one that has the food addiction stuff in that I want to talk about. It says 96. Don't lie. There's at least 97 people here. Plus 300. I think as far as this goes, this update, I'd have to go to people's Twitters and see if anyone has posted anything more recent. Just curiosity, right? She's in Canada, so that's interesting. Doxing the community, I don't care about that. Don't do that, by the way. If you're a part of it, you can leave. I won't support that. Let's see if Barbecue Chicken has anything out of curiosity. Nope, just more pictures of Chantal with the boot polish hair. Aww. Good kitty. We have nothing. Okay, right. So, would people be open or up for the idea of me playing one of these old videos? Because I kind of want to show where she was here, because this will be a great demonstration of what she has become now. Yeah? I think it would help us to understand just how far she's fallen. Yeah? I think a bent-faced clown, if she admitted to having a food addiction, all her earnings are against terms of service. Yes, I think that actually would. I think that would be right. I think that's a good assessment. Yeah, a little retrospective, a little retro stream. I think, yeah, a throwback. Why not? I'm doing this stream because I'm not here tomorrow. There will be a stream on a different channel, yes, but I'm at my friend David's. We're going to see a gig. We're going on a boat trip on Saturday. So basically, I'm doing this to make up for a no video tomorrow. And obviously to steal all your money. Hence the coffee goal and the super chat goal, of course. Why else would I be here if not for your... Okay, I'm just here because I want to do this. It'd be entertaining, I think. Yeah? Oh, video... Yeah, it would be pennies as well, because she's not Okay, this is the point. Before I press play on this, she's not re-uploading the content that would get the views. No. Because I think, even though it was all done in Canada, she probably thinks in her head that she's better than it. You're not, Chantal. If you're listening, by the way, Chantal. Put the old content back online, you silly bish, and actually make some money from your stupidity. Because you should. You should 100% make more money from it. Consume the whiskey. I did consume before the stream. I drank it. I'll get more. Oh, and consume whiskey while I'm there, though. You're right. Sorry, I misread. You have to beg. Oh, absolutely, you have to, Dapper Doll. I have to, because if you have time to watch. No, right. What was I talking about? The boat trip is fun. It just sucks that I'm the first driver. I'm going to crash. It's going to be great. Oh, I've already forgotten. There was a point. You know what? We're going to go. We need to see what this is about, and it will show us a great, like, I don't know if it's the word dichotomy, but it'll be an interesting. Just see what she is now, which we can look at, like more like the first videos when she put the hijab on, to this video, which is years before. Yeah. Oh, no, older content. Make the older content public. Make your money off it, because the only content you've got that will make money, the ones where you rage at people, make it public, Chantal, because only your haters make money off it. Okay? Yes, English is very hard for me. Like, make money off it. Don't be so contrarian and think you're above it. You're not. You're a terrible person, and this is proof of it. In fact, you're one of the worst people on the internet, and Amber's not far behind you. And I say behind you because I don't think she actually has the leg strength to get in front of you. You're welcome. Admit it, you love us. I accept you. Now show me the money, and I'll say the L word. Let's press play. I'm going to speed this up, put the captions on because it's Chantal. It's a 18-minute, video. There are no comments, no like, dislike. Because you disabled them, you get a downvote. Let's full screen this and see what this bad boy is all about, yeah? I'm glad you like them, Lindy Luhu. I lose subs every time, so I think it's hilarious. Oh, it's too loud in my ears. Actually, is that because of my headphones? No, it's just loud. Okay.
So,
She has a background ambience I don't like. Just like to say it.
I thought today I would do something a bit different. I thought today that I would do just sit down and talk, kind of a reflection
Thank you, Emma Peel, for the super sticker. I really appreciate that.
within myself.
Thank you,
I
Sarah.
never actually sat down and journaled or talked about my history with weight.
Well, it's gone up quite well, although you don't look your best here, do you? Although some credit is due, at least at this point, you were nowhere near as controversial, you didn't have as many filters on, and you actually look your age in the picture. Whereas now, you look younger. I wonder why that is, Chantal. Like, this looks like someone in their mid-30s, doesn't it? Yeah? This is somebody in the mid-30s, with all the fake hair, boot polish, yeah, and the dents, yeah? You look older, yeah? You look like a human. Yeah, okay.
Weight gain, weight loss,
Lack thereof.
my relationship with food.
A very extensive and aggressive one.
And I haven't planned or scripted this video. It's just going to kind of be sort of a stream of consciousness, and
Well, that seems like your streaming career, doesn't it now?
with formed sentences and everything like that. But
You're Canadian, I don't know if that counts. Sorry, Bri. Oh, hell no. Hail no, I like that name. Hi, Milky. Hang on, is that you, Milky? Are you the? Is that you? Are you the one who did that the TikToks and the stream the other day with the cameo? Is that you? If that's you, hi. I recognise the image. It looks like you look like the YouTuber one. I'm gonna go to your channel. That'll make it easier, won't it? I think it is you with the 7.1 K subs. I think it is. Hi. Hope you're doing marvellously today, by the way. Humans going a bit too far. Magento. Don't be so hateful.
I thought that I would start from my first memories with my relationship with food. Because when I was a baby,
Oh, sorry.
I don't remember. I know that I was bottle fed. That's about it. But once
Weird flex, but okay.
in a while, I'd like to do these kind of videos, you know, on top of everything else.
What is
And
you?
I don't know
Hi.
what to do for October, because October,
Hello, Amit Yannicka. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a marvellous day. Hope everyone is, by the way. Hope you're having a lovely day. Chinek. She does have a Chinek, yes, but this is a version of Chantal before she became so insecure. And that's the thing I think is very important, that this is Chantal before she let all that money from YouTube consume her to make all those poor decisions to then just become this insecure mess that put on the hijab solely so she could hide the majority of who she really is. People go bald. Who cares? You lent into it as some kind of rage thing, alright? People are fat. There are people who are obese. This is not controversial, but you are so desperate to get to the finish line, you refuse to do the journey in the middle. And I think that's really irritating, because I know people who would rather skip to the end of something rather than enjoy a journey, yeah? Well, thank you, Amit. I really appreciate that. He's a hypocrite. He needs to be called out for it. Yeah, I rather enjoy the journey, because doing the journey part means the story lasts longer. I don't, when I read a book, go to the final page to find out if Dumbledore died or not. Okay? I made that mistake once. I'm never doing it again, and it was in fact that book, Half-Blood Prince. Never made that mistake again, because I want to enjoy the journey, right? And you should too. You, Chantal, have never been that type, which is why you struggle so much, because you lack the fortitude to see something through. I don't know if she'll have. Will she have a felony record in Canada for crimes in Kuwait? I think she'll have one for tax evasion, won't she? Because she hasn't paid that back, has she? I might be wrong. Yeah, the bold thing. Oh, I'm sorry, Ardnet. Spoilers. Sorry. I think Chantal being so unwilling to embrace who she is really is why she's in this mess. Because she just can't accept that the version of her that is real is so broken. Yet the damage was entirely a fabrication of herself, her choices, unwillingness to embrace consequence, yet simultaneously being so willingly and willfully destructive. I swear she's doing it to punish herself for reasons I don't understand. We all have hang-ups. Every person has one. Everyone has an insecurity. Okay? Everyone has one. There's no exception, okay? The most embarrassing thing I have, for some peculiar reason, I have weirdly placed stretch marks on my body. Like, they shouldn't be there because I don't have any issue that should make them exist, yet I have them. I have them on my arms, even though my arms have never had bingo wings or been too big or anything. So I always hide with longer sleeves. It's just an insecurity, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's about embracing who you really are. Confidence makes you hot. I've been told it does, Argentum. She can't avoid Canadian taxes being in Kuwait without filing Kuwait taxes. Didn't know that, Ardnet. Thank you very much for that information. Just be bold. Be your bold self. Exactly. Be bold. I don't care. There are men and women I know in this country that are bold. It's just part and parcel. Okay? Hair thins. Get over yourselves.
I really want to make the whole month, like, I want to seriously do a Vlogtober this year and make it all creepy stuff, because that's part of who I am. A big part of who I am. I've always loved creepy things, even from a young age.
Well, thankfully you are that now, so I guess you love yourself plenty, right? And thank you, Argentum. It's very kind of you to say. Tiger marks. Yeah, it's just everyone has insecurities. Get over yourself a little bit. If you let that control you, you fall into that bracket of like there are immutable facts of life. Yeah, no, immutable facts: pain and death. Yeah, if you fear either, you fear living. Right. I have no reason to be afraid of life. Okay, well then let's include insecurities now. If you let insecurities control you, like an allergy, then you'll always be stopped. You should never want to be stopped. But you never want to do the journey, so you skip to the end part, which is why you've always failed. I really feel like I paused at the wrong time. And Milky, you're right. She bought all those wigs. She should have just embraced it. I know people who wear wigs. Not me, just to be clear. My hair is long and luscious, thank you very much. Deaf to all but metal. No, she should have kept those, but no, she went with the hijab instead and faked a marriage and a life. And now look what she's done. Go back to a wig. If the haters want to criticize you for wearing a wig, who cares? It's a wig. They know you're wearing a wig. It's not some kind of ponage. Don't watch them.
I've always liked really creepy stuff as a kid, like Beetlejuice.
Oh, don't talk. Let's not bring up the washcloths here. We don't stand washcloth. Not okay with washcloth abuse, man.
Are you afraid of the dark? Even Freddy Krueger, you know. So I've just
not creepy. Krueger was a pussy.
Always had these weird fears as a kid as well, fears of witches and ghosts, but I've always loved the macabre and the dark and the creepy. So I really want to try to make that kind of like October, you know. So anyway, this video will be about my history with, you know, because this is a lifelong thing for me, and this is a major part of the reason why this is not going to change for me overnight.
And it hasn't changed in 6 years. If anything, Chantal, it's gotten worse. Congratulations, by the way. You have succeeded at not succeeding. I don't get it. You wear wigs. Yeah, wigs can be fun. I've worn some for costumes in the past. I remember doing one for a play in school. We had to wear like a judge one. You know, those stupid white hair curly wig things. Horrible things to wear, but you know, it's fine. You wear them, you wear them. You don't, you don't. There should be no shame in wearing a wig or a toupee or anything like that. There really shouldn't. People on the internet, a lot of us, a lot of people are black-pilled. They're just angry and constantly negative. And we creators, like a lot of us creators, what was I going to say? Oh, hang on. Oh, geez, my brain just shut down. Great. Let's read the chat for a second. Milky, she could have gotten a hairline transplant. Yeah, she actually could have. Hair transplants don't cost that much when you're pulling 20k a month. If I pulled 20k a month, I probably would have just gotten something nice. Yeah, I do actually have a relative that has a little bit of alopecia. I probably could have like sent it her way. That would have been nice. Yeah, Milky. And yeah, so Chantal did brag about making tens of thousands in a month and then threw it all away and still. But if memory serves, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't she make 20 grand in a month and then still can't hear her? I paused the video. Is it that quiet beforehand? If it is, I'll turn it up later. Making blue screen? Wait, what? Have I? Oh, my brain. Yes, sorry. Oh, you absolute thunderfeck, Meg, man. Come on. Ugh. Sorry. I'm brain deficient today. You're welcome. I shut down again. What was I talking about? Oh no. Oh. You know what? It's fine. Let's just carry on. I'm such an idiot.
And
It's charging $100 for Cameo. Wait, what? Oh, she is. Is she? Why? What could you say for $100?
it's going to take a lot of trying my best and willpower and not giving up.
Oh yeah, used it for nose candy. That was it. She then, after getting 20 grand a month, she still borrowed money off relatives, didn't she? Like, fam, if I made 20 grand a month, I honestly would have given money to my sisters. They could take their kids out for a day and just buy treats. Because I don't need 20 grand. Of course, I'm not going to say no to 20 grand. If I had 20 grand, I'd share it with my sisters. Because, again, beyond what I do, I don't really need too much. Put some in savings and let them have some fun. I'd stay with the dogs and play with them all day. Honestly, I would as well. She bought her men. Well, they are bought and paid for, yes. They're basically the Middle Eastern equivalent to a Thai bride. You know, the creepy old men who get themselves a Thai bride. Yeah, she's that version. She's the creepy old man, but she's got a Middle Eastern man. Because that's the cliche for... that's the cliche for a lot of like middle-aged white women to go with someone, a male from more what they dub exotic regions, to then be kind of catfished, conned, lose everything, and leave everything behind. 3K a month in take-up. Fam! Can I have 3K? I'm going to Wagamama's tomorrow. I got a voucher. That's how I know I live a bit more affordably, right? We creators, I got a YouTube reward recently. I got a £15 gift card on Amazon, which is great, and I got a £15 discount at Wagamama's. So me and my friend David are going to go there tomorrow because I got a discount. Otherwise, we wouldn't go. We'd just go and get like a pizza and just chill out. I might get a bowl of ramen. I've never had ramen. I'm excited. Some bao buns.
Fighting and all kinds of things to correct these lifelong behaviors. So basically, and this time around, I want to be more focused on actions and not just words. So things that you'll see in my vlog, I really want to try to just, if I'm doing a lot of talking, I want it to be about things that I'm doing in my vlog. I don't want it to just...
This is before, this is during the BB era, wasn't it? I remember, because this is back when she did meal prep, didn't she? Hi Lynn, hope you're Wagamama. I don't actually know what it is. I just know David and I, my friend, who I'm going to see, we both wanted to go and try it for a while. I don't know if it does Wagyu beef, but I know I have a little voucher for 15 quid, which might buy us a starter. So I just want a bowl of ramen and that, and I'm golden. I don't care. I'm going to eat nothing all day anyway until I go there. I don't care. I'll just have that and like a millionaire shortbread. Yeah, this is during the era of BB. So she used to prep her meals here this time. She used to go to the gym this time. She actually made an effort, right? This is what Chantal was. She wasn't a great person back then during this time, though. She started to lay the foundation work for being a nasty person. She really did, by the way. And she became a horrible person over time. Asian-inspired food place. I'm glad you know, because I don't know. I had my friend, had Leona, my lovely mod. She was reading the menu to me last night, and I remember bao buns because I liked them, and there were some ramen bowls, and I'm like, you know what? I'll do that. Yeah. Say hi to Dave. I will, Anxiety. I will happily say hello to him from everyone here. I'm sure it'll put a nice little smile on his face. We are streaming tomorrow on my other channel, Moist Ski Live. We're doing a whiskey stream tomorrow, and we haven't done one in months, so we're very excited about this. It's a very exciting time. You want sushi? So do I. She wasn't great, but she wasn't. Yeah, this shows you the level of corruption that larger sums of money and being enabled has on somebody. This version of her just wanted to do stuff. The version of her now, no. The version of her now has kind of gotten away with far too much. I think what cemented for her that she could get away with anything was the fact she got a play button after buying at least 12,000 subscribers. Like, you bought those. Yeah? I'm not okay with that, by the way. It took me 7 years to earn my play button. 7. Because I didn't just focus on you. I made content in what's dubbed social commentary. So I covered news, and then I moved towards YouTube because that was better for me. but I wanted to do things I enjoyed more. You, though, you didn't get there. You were stuck at like 80 for ages, and then 90 for ages, and then you bought your subs to get across the line. Like, honestly.
Just be things that I plan on doing, which I've learned a lot about in my that Unfuck Yourself self-help book, is that, you know, actions do speak louder than words. You don't use words like the type of diction choice you use, such as "I am going to." It already sets it off for, you know, like when you right then and there, it just, you need to use language like I've done, I'm doing, you know, in the moment type of language. So the earliest memory I can remember regarding food, I think I've said this before, but I remember when I was very young, my mother and I were on our own, and
before she continues, has anyone else noticed? And yes, she did buy subs recently. I don't know how she's getting the money together for that, by the way. It's a waste of money as well. She's not growing, she's not losing, she's just existing. As far as I'm concerned, you're just conning your audience completely. Became nasty over time regarding a stream life being part of that. I think it has too, Justin. I think you are right. I think you're right. I think once she got into a position where she realised just how lucrative it became, and it did become lucrative, she made tens of thousands being an arse. Does anyone remember the Crunk stream, the crying drunk freaking Cuba stream? That was absolutely hilarious. XL 700. Oh, the scales. Like Amber's, huh? Yeah, that stuff is great. I'm hoping that Chantel does go back to Canada and just starts doing stuff again. Instead of making good content, she buys people. That shows who she is. That shows who she is. Besides her just being gross and narcissist, lazy sloth, and boring. You are quite right. I think she's going into credit card debt or something. I think she will. I think she'll go into debt anyway, and she'll have extra credit cards on standby, or somebody will get them for her, because she's not making money. 2 weeks of inactivity. She's going to come back when she does, and it's going to be the angriest, most aggressive stream, because she knows that will generate the most money for her. She hasn't got many options left beyond leaving Kuwait, going to another country, or getting a job back home in Canada. But she can't, because if she goes back home to Canada, somebody who is a hater will find her and make her life hell. This is a horrible consequence she's stuck with. And to see what she was then to what she is now, this is very interesting to me. Oh, sorry, I can't. There it is. I still have trauma after the Cuba. I thought that Cuba stream was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life. There's no way she can get a credit card. I tend to agree, but I do think she would if she could. Or rather, I should say, not so much grown over time, the facade dropped. Yeah, you are right. And we don't want to hear. Akua, you might have a choice. You never know.
She was a single teenage mom. She was 17 when she had me, and
sorry about that.
We moved away from the family home.
Wait, you're only 2 years older than me? Oh, Jesus Christ, you made me feel so old. Oh, I've never made 20 grand in a month. I'm very jealous now.
And father, we're living with them for a while.
I agree, Laura.
On her own and do it on her own, and my father was an alcoholic, so she left him and didn't let him around me for a long time.
The discussion about her father. Now, hi naughty boy, hope you're well. Her volume is too low. Right, well, I'll turn her up then just for you. Does this help?
Until he sobered up. And
just to be clear, that is obnoxiously loud in my ears. If it's not loud enough, I will turn it up as loud as I can, but then you won't hear me. I don't have much of a middle ground, I'm afraid. But do let me know, and I will see what I can do.
Things were really difficult. I remember we were on welfare, and but
if she's born in 85 and her birthday was a couple months ago, she's 41.
I remember her always. We were always very close to one another. I always felt love from her, if not from anybody else in the world, from her and my grandmother. But
I get the feeling that as hard as things were for your mum and your grandmother, they may have enabled you a bit too much here, and for that you paid a bit of a price with the version of you are. You asked twice. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you asked and I didn't sooner. I really am. I have no excuse. I can make excuses if you like, though. They'll be really bad. Like I'm using my phone for the chat because I forgot to bring my tablet up here again. Professionalism, everyone.
A lot from her, and we are still very close to this day. And I remember, treats she would get me here and there. I remember my first bag of chips. I don't remember much else about my childhood. I do remember my first bag of chips.
I remember my first bag of crisps. They were made by Quick Save, and they were terrible. I was like 5 years old. They're rubbish, by the way.
It was a sunny day, and there was a corner store.
Well, I've turned up the volume, Lollipop. Problem is, I'll happily explain this. On OBS, I have no middle ground beyond minor alterations to the volume, but if I raise it any more, it will drown my voice out for some peculiar reason. I don't know why that's the case. There's nothing I can do about it. And I'm so used to people now telling me I'm too quiet that I become very insecure about how I'm going to balance the audio. Do forgive. This is the best I can do.
Across the street. There was one in the building we lived in as well, but there was one across the street. I think it was a Max Milk convenience store, and we went there together, and I remember just looking up at the sky. I had a bag of dill pickle chips, and
dill pickles suck. I'm not a fan of pickles, though. Not hating on those that love them, just not for me.
And it had one of those stick-on tattoos in it, and from then on I was just hooked on dill pickle chips. They're my favorite.
You're born in 84 in May, and I'm only just 41. Sorry to hear that. Unless you're okay with it, in which case you're fine.
I don't know if that was my first bag of chips, actually. I mean, that's my first memory of my first bag of the bag of chips, you know? So, I remember looking up, there was like a billboard advertisement sign. You know those ones that, like, they have tiles that switch over into another advertisement? I remember that. I remember eating the chips and just really enjoying the chips. And I think, overall, my mother did try to feed me relatively healthily. She really tried to, you know...
Enable you? What?
Even in school, like I said, it was very rare.
Hi, Elizabeth. You can't stop staring. Oh, so let's have a pause for this, actually. Oh, God. Okay. Someone on Twitter asked for a very smug picture of Chantal. Am I the only person that thinks that eyebrow positioning now makes her look really smug? And print screen. There was somebody on Twitter asking for a smug face. That reeks. If there was a H on her forehead, I'd make her arsehole rimmer. Nicknamed the Starfisher. Oh, I'm sorry, Histari, your birthday's in 6 weeks. I'm very sorry. F, by the way. I had this discussion at the gym earlier, right? Somebody was talking about how he feels a bit old and he's 19. The guy working there's 29. And I'm like, you two just shut the f up. They're talking about Warhammer, and I was like, I painted a Blood Bowl gnome that's 2.5 centimeters tall, okay? Okay. I'm 39, shut up. You are whippersnappers. Don't try me.
Occasion where I would get a lunch with a lot of good snacks like fruit roll-ups, Dunkaroos, Gushers, those types of things, Lunchables. She usually just gave me like a sandwich and
Argentum, you should be ashamed of yourself.
A fruit and a juice box or something like that. Very rarely did I get any unhealthy snacks. So I don't know where I developed this really intense love for these types of foods, but I know that whenever I was spoiled a lot by my grandparents, and my grandmother on my dad's side would babysit me a lot. My mom would be working or whatever after school when we moved back to my hometown. And I remember another memory of her just getting very cross with me and being concerned enough to tell my mother about it. But when she would babysit me, I just remember the food she made me. That's all that I remember in that.
I'm just going to quickly touch on this, right? So I'm good as a slight, I can kind of relate to this. During school holidays, because my mum and dad broke up when I was 10, my dad he's not an alcoholic, don't try me. My dad's a lovely man now. He's matured into a really nice guy, actually. When we were younger and that happened, during the school holidays, my mum would work. I would go to work with my great-granddad on a garden nursery. My sisters would stay with my great-nan. And I'd be fed well. We had great dinners, but that was it was still very limited food because they were pensioners, didn't have a lot of resources. And we're kids, I remember that too. But I remember also being a very skinny child because we didn't have all this extra crap food laying around because we didn't have the money for it. Maybe that's a quality of life thing. In England, it wasn't as common for my childhood where I grew up as it was in other areas of my country. But apparently it was common enough for you, Chantal, to just be enabled.
Comforting feeling about going to her house.
91 Histari, that's fantastic news, by the way.
And she would sit at the stove smoking and making her sweet and sour meatballs. She made chicken nuggets with this like Diana sauce. I remember loving that. These Magic Moment vanilla puddings and butterscotch puddings. Oh my gosh, those were good. And she would give me some, and then I would ask for more. So she would give me more, and then I would ask for more. And I remember her at one point, I would ask for more until she yelled at me, and she would say, "C'est assez là," like in French, like that's enough. You already had enough snacks. And her
French wasn't totally horrendous. I'll let you off this time.
She would tell my mother when she would pick me up, she asked, I had to get a bit cross with her because she was asking for a lot of food.
Liz, thank you so much for the super chat. You came up in a stream weeks ago about kids bringing home random pets, with a turtle, then a cryptid, and then a kid with a British accent asking how the kid got on his ship. Hey, I'm okay with this. Working class life, absolutely just me. I remember when I finished my work at the garden nursery, I get paid weekly. I potted lots of French marigolds, cut dahlias, helped with the hydrangeas and the agapanthuses. It was seasonal as well. There was rhubarb. I love rhubarb, by the way. Rhubarb crumble, yes. But I get paid like between 5 to 20 quid a week sometimes. And every single week, I give most of the money to my mum, and we get fish and chips. I get a whole battered sausage and a big chunk of chips. Buy a big portion of chips back then. Some places still do it. You get a massive amount of chips. My sisters got Savoloys, which were 2 cut into thirds. They all got 2/3 of the sausage each, basically. Mum would get herself fish cake, and we'd have some chips. We'd share the chips. I'd have a small portion of myself because I didn't like salt and vinegar on mine. And yeah, it was a great time. Also, it was kind of me being rewarded for working, right? But little things in life, right? But I was still never a big kid. I didn't have spare food lying around. Yeah, you did. Our grandparents want us to live well, of course they do. But even they had limitations. You were just greedy. I understand wanting to ask for more, but you kept asking for more. That's a bit much. And then she'd whine and beg to annoy. Yeah, I think that's also a thing, Ardnett. I think you would, Chantal.
And that's all I would.
Oh, and it was delicious, Elizabeth.
When I would
It
go
was.
see any of my grandparents. My grandmother, she let me just come over and just raid her cupboards. The first thing I would do is go to her cupboards, find snacks, and I think just eating snacks at her place all day long. It would just be food was just involved in my life every single day. I mean, we do all eat, but it would be on my mind as anything I do in my life. It would revolve around food. Like whenever I was younger, even going to theme parks, I was always interested in. You go to on a school trip, we would go to a theme park and an amusement park. And everyone would bring a packed lunch and not think anything about it. They would be thinking more about the rides. I would be thinking more about the food in the cafeteria, and I would just remember really, really longing for lunch money. Most of the time I didn't get it, but...
I remember... Okay, so I'm just going to contrast with Chantal with this, because this is an interesting conversation to understand the origins of what is essentially greed. And revolution, would that mean you with chips would be a calamari with chips joke? There are jokes there. I like that. When I was a kid, so I got sent to school with really crap bread and corned beef, which is from the tin, the World War II tins. That corned beef, not corned beef you can get like nice corned beef. No, the terrible stuff, right, with the cold fat on it. Yeah, in sandwiches. And my friends would pity me enough to give me like half a satsuma, just to take the edge off. So if I ate a bite of my sandwich, I had to eat a slice of the satsuma or something. Because I had to get the sandwich down and I didn't have a drink to go with it. It was the worst possible food. But that's what we had. Yeah? You had a very privileged upbringing. Enough that you were given so much. And look what you've become. You're still, and let's face it, who's Smee again? Who's Smee? You're still taking, Chantal. You don't give much back. That corned beef is good. It's good if it's cooked. This is just cold slabs of horrible processed... as a kid in the 90s, this was not good. It was horrible. Not corned beef hash. What's a satsuma? A very small orange. A very, very small orange, basically. Yeah. No, corned beef, the stuff from the tins, it was horrible. But you had to make it last. You had no choice. Everything was cheap because you had to make it last. One adult working 3 jobs because you didn't want to claim benefits. My mum had standards. And the consequence was we couldn't live our best. And so grandparents, of course they want to spoil you. Of course they do. Whenever I saw my great-nan and great-granddad, we got a decent meal out of it. We didn't do it often, though, because we didn't want to take from them. So that meal meant everything to us, by the way. Okay? Peanut butter and honey sandwiches. Oh, honey, though. Little jars of various meat, fish pastes. Oh, I had those as well. And the worst one, next to beef, was salmon. The salmon paste was the most... it was cat food, okay? By today's standards, don't we just call that paste pate?
But when I did get money, I would just be like, yes, I can buy I can buy lunch at the canteen, French fries, whatever. I was always interested in the food. Even I remember my stepfather used to try to involve me more. We're building our relationship. He played hockey when I was really young, and he would take me with him. And the only reason I really liked to go, sadly, if I'm honest with myself, was because after the game, he would buy me a hot chocolate in the chuck wagon.
I'm curious, what team did you support, though? If you say the wrong team, I will rage. Correct answer in the chat. What is the best, single best hockey team ever to exist ever? And why is it the Mighty Ducks?
If you don't know what a chuck wagon is, it's like a hoagie, and there's like different lunch meats and
What's a hoagie? Anyone want to tell me?
cheese and mustard, and just really good. I don't know if that's because whenever my mother was pregnant for me, she said the one thing she ate a lot of was chuck wagons, putsins, and she was always craving that. So she ate a lot of that when she was pregnant with me in high school, and she actually it was very taboo for her to be pregnant in high school at her age, 16. So she was in a lot of trouble with that. But anyway. I digress. So basically, that is, you know, even at school, the cafeteria food, every day, chicken burger puts in.
Oh, it's a sandwich, a sub. Okay, a hoagie is a long sandwich. Okay, thank you for the information, guys. I've heard of hoagies. I didn't know what it was. It's a terrible word. It makes me think of Hulk Hogan.
The chicken burgers were so good. I'd get like 3 packs of mayo. I was just an excessive eater and obsessed with food, and it becomes a habit. It becomes, you just mindless. You don't think about it. It's so part of your life now. I mean, from a young age, you're just obsessed. And because I still think that today there's a little more awareness, but food addiction is still, in my eyes.
And I got an ad. God damn it! Right, okay. You go here. I mute that. And suffer this ad, you get hamster. That's she who shall not be named for those who are interested. Don't forget to smash the like, guys, by the way. Back on to the stream. Here we are, guys. Don't mind us. I don't hear hoagie. Oh, it's the Almighty Ducks, is it? Very well. I will stand corrected. Hi, Tiggs. Let's see if I missed anyone else. I don't think I have. Okay, good. God, not the Pootie. Oh, the Putsin, you mean? Argentum. Her pronunciation is the Putsin. Right.
Food addiction is still, in my eyes, one of the least understood addictions.
Well, quick thing here. Your food addiction stems from the fact that apparently there weren't any people in your life to tell you no early enough. And that you would use people early enough to get extra things. Which, by the way, as a kid, we totally all did that. If we had a chance to get extra food, yeah, of course. 100%. No doubt in my mind. You'd do it if you had the chance. Okay? But for you, you were just not told no. You just kept on taking more and more. Yeah. They're the best team ever. No, they're not. Mighty Ducks. I'm going to say it knowing it annoys somebody. The Mighty Ducks. I've got a hat. And where is it? It's the Anaheim Ducks, isn't it? Just check the inside. The Anaheim Ducks. Based on the mask, it's a hockey thing. I bought it in Primark. It's just a black hat with a duck logo on. I'm like, it makes me think of Mighty Ducks, but I use it for the gym, so it's just basically drenched and sweat. I need to put that in the wash. Yeah. I wear a hat in the gym just to keep my hair out of my face. No one really matters but cats. Hi, by the way. Anyone can understand food addiction. Yeah, anyone can. Chantel, though, doesn't take her understanding and act on it. In fact, she instead decided rather than do something about it, instead of doing anything about it, she'd just hide it from everyone else, citing that the real true her is that. Do you remember the TikToks where she made herself look Arabic? Slim Stiletto, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. One away from my new goal. I appreciate the support, guys. Mighty Ducks was the name of a cartoon I used to watch. Yeah, damn right.
Even searching for help with food addiction online in my area,
cartoon.
Overeaters Anonymous is pretty much the only thing I can find. Everything else is lumped into addictions counseling, where they mostly list the normal addictions or the addictions that are more well known, like alcohol, drugs, that type of thing, gambling. But you very rarely see somebody specializing in only food addiction. And addiction is addiction, that's true.
Who's Mike Thurney? I only bought it in Primark for like £4. I literally bought it for the gym. It's got like, you can tell it's been worn in the gym. It's got like those white lines from where I've sweat too much. I need to put it in the wash before I leave tomorrow. It's the only reason I have it. It's on my desk because I came back from gym and I took it off to go to have a shower and then put it on my desk and forgot to put it in the washing basket.
But food addiction is the only addiction that requires you to have some of your addiction, what you're addicted to, every single day.
Yeah, you should keep a food diary, Chantal. I challenge. In fact, you've eaten more in one meal than I've eaten in a day. Right? I'm a healthy guy. I go to the gym. I work out. I look after myself. Hi, nice starry. I do everything I can to look after myself. Right? I keep a food diary. I keep a log of it because I'm not stupid. Right? I know I have my half part of my family have what is called the fat gene. It is quite a common problem. So you do have to pay attention. You got to pay attention. Simple as that, really. Host Drive Tribe. Oh, that's the stuff at Clarkson and all that do, isn't it? Drive Tribe.
In your face every single day. You can't avoid it. You can't be abstinent from it totally.
Hi, Yin Yang Twin Wolves. Hope you're well.
That's for sure. But it's something that
Fairy, thank you so much. Oh, hello, my thing's
not
gone
long
missing.
ago, in all these years of being
Pausing. Let me just see if I can there it is. Thank you so much, Fairy, for the $5 donation. Thank you for smashing the goal a second time. I really appreciate that. It really means the world to me. Thank you again, everyone that's been donating today. And for liking the stream, 185 likes. 416 of you watching, though. I'm a bit disappointed, not going to lie. In fact, I might cry myself to sleep now. I might cry. Yes, you're welcome. Sorry, the screen went black. I had to tab out. Ha! I just made a new goal and that happened. Nice. Thank you, Slim Stiletto, for your goal. Happy to support. I appreciate that as well. Thank you so much. Problem is she forgets to eat, so paying attention is doubly. If Chantal went to jail, she gets set meals, and those meals will not be enough. She will actually be. It would be akin to being tortured because she's not. Yeah, she's not going to be okay.
Being alive,
with
I'm 34. That I have a problem.
Oh, hang on, you're 34 in this video.
That I have a problem. I just always never really. I'm gonna have to. It's something that I've just realized not long ago. In all these years of being alive, I'm 34. That I have a problem.
34 in August 2018. 35, 36. She's 41. Yep, she's 41. Okay, good to know. Gardening, hit like button. Thank you so much, Mrs. Such. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Hello, Mrs. Such. Hi. Hello, everyone that's joined. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. If you do like these streams, 9 Feline Hi. Hope you're well. Don't forget to smash the like. It really helps the channel. If you want to support us, of course, super chat's always appreciated. Yes. Or if you want to support my debauchery in Norwich tomorrow, it's coffee. It's the pinned comment that says support on it.
I just always never really thought about it, or just thought I just like food.
Yeah, that's one of those things we as adults have to do. We have to pay attention. We have no choice. It's why I won't deny, I've seen people when they pick their kids up from school, they buy them a little bar of chocolate, right? I didn't get that as a kid, but these bars of chocolate are 500 calories. They're the big bars, nearly 100 grams of chocolate, and I'm like, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't give them treats after school anyway, because you're going to go home and have dinner, do some work. Like, why do you want to do... I'm not here to judge parents, though, but I know the caloric intake. I'm not stupid. That's really, really stupid to me. You've got to be more attentive, or you're raising a generation that risks becoming obese. You are a consequence of it. You're a consequence of failed parenting. Now, we can blame your parents all day if we like, but also we can blame you because you took those lessons and still to this day act on it inherently negatively. Let's see, been a fan for a long time. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Revolution. I don't know if I can commit to saying your first name because I think I'll fuck it up. I'm an English tutor, and the parents that bring kids with yeah, I'm not okay with that. Jamie's school dinners did a lot to change how school lunches were done. I never had school lunches in school. I missed out on stuff like that. So much gross. Yeah. Canadian prisons have commissary. Yeah, that makes me wonder about Kuwait detainment. I don't think she'll be detained. I really don't. I think she'll be released. Hard enough to get through food addiction as an adult if you learned as a child. Yeah, it really is. So if you... When I first started going to the gym properly, I was told the first 21 days are the hardest to commit. Yeah, it was. The first 21 days were the hardest. I go every single day. Headache, doesn't matter, I'm in. I'm not doing as much as I'm not doing as well, but I know that I focus on the form. So if the quantity of sets is not as big, the quality will still be just as good, right? If you have any kind of ache and pain, deal with it if you have to. Stretches, do some yoga, meditate if you want. You know, prepare yourself. Chantel was going to the gym once. I remember watching her on a freaking seated row, or rowing machine, but not a proper one. It was a seated row. You didn't really pull back too far. You didn't lean forward and lean back. You just stayed where you were and you did your arm workout because it did the upper and mid back properly. Yeah, that's what she did. That was one of her main workouts actually for a while. Probably end up stocking up her locker up. Yeah, she probably would. Not well. Don't fit in there.
I overeat. It's something I can get a grip on.
Then you should be more active physically to justify it, Chantel. In fact, to this day, it's the one thing you should do that you are not. If you're detained, your best hope is that they have a new CPAP for you to use while you're there and that you keep it when you go out. Work got busy. No worries. I thoroughly enjoyed seeing all those whiskies you sent me pictures of, and bourbons, of course, as well. It looked marvelous. We're now going through a retro video, for those who are joining, of Chantel talking about her food addiction, which is fascinating stuff, this. This is interesting, I will admit. I am very interested in it, but this is something else.
I've never realized that it's developed into a disease, an illness, something.
So, do you think, with Chantel knowing this then, do you think it was YouTube fame that made her forget these lessons? Or do you think she just didn't care here and just faked it entirely? Because I could believe both. I could believe that she forgot this because she likes to bring it up from time to time. I could believe she forgets it, revisits it, because then it gives her an excuse to rehash an old conversation she's had with the audience. But I also could believe she just doesn't understand. She has no capacity to understand. And that comes from other issues she has. No, I'm not suggesting inbreeding, although I do believe that came up at least once. I have agoraphobia, so I force myself to go out even if I'm anxious. So I'm not agoraphobic, but I will admit I don't travel much. The furthest I go is Norwich. If someone's driving me somewhere, yeah, I'll go, but I'm very reluctant to travel much. She faked it for BB. Yeah, I think she faked. For BB, I think she faked a lot of things. This one, though, yeah, both, possibly. Zero growth. Well, that's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because this video is 6 years old, nearly 7 in August, actually, and this is her discussing her food addiction, but what are we learning? Well, what we're learning is that in nearly 7 years since this video was uploaded, she has learnt nothing. But she has gotten somehow bigger. For someone as short as she is, she's quite... Oh, geez, okay, thank you. That was a lot. Thank you, Potu, America State, moist. Thank you very much. Didn't fully care, started to care, got famous, stopped caring. I think you might also be right, Xylee. 100%. Thank you both of you for the super chats. That was very generous of you both. Really, I'm very grateful. Okay, so those ones are showing apparently. Okay, I'm glad they show eventually. 623 Kika. Enough for just to walk. Yeah, exactly. So I always suggest if you are a larger person, so I'd say anyone over 250 in pounds, yeah, go for a walk. Okay? Go as far as you can before you get backache. Yeah? Build up though. Yeah? Play it safe. Right? I go for a walk every day, at least once. I walk to work and back, that's 10,000 steps done. I have to walk to a bakery as well, it's another 7,000 steps done. So I've done 17,000 typically in a day. I usually average about 25 to 30. Today we are on, I think it's 24,000 to be checked. Checks the watch, unlocks it. We are on 24,850 steps. That's what I've done today. I've eaten about 2,000 calories, so we've had a good day. Actually, we're probably slightly over. I ate a bag of opal fruits. Pre-Starburst, they were the thing. Yeah. I think going for a walk is great. It builds up endurance. It builds up natural strength. If you walk up hills, it helps tone your core, which is great for your lower body. It helps strengthen that. And also your bladder as well. It helps that muscle grouping around that area of the body. Very, very useful at helping you with that as well. You've got to play it smart. Walking is a very effective for much larger people way of getting your rear end into gear. And if you're not willing to do that, then already you're on a bad track. I know being in Canada, there's a slight issue here with extreme weathers. I fully understand that with the cold especially. But Chantel, is at this present moment built for the cold if you're intending to use a lightsaber to stay warm. Honestly. I love walking too, by the way, Argentum. It's one thing I will always do. I walk through trainers, though, so I have to buy new ones semi-regularly. But mercifully, it's not an issue. YouTube Salam Beezes enable and support. They do, just me. She was herself with food. And that's another thing. Because remember the Trash Mountain? Remember that? The mountain of Amazon packages? She was buying stuff. But it was all crap. She never bought anything like... If I was making her kind of money, I would have bought myself a decent console and I'd be streaming on it. I really would. She could have bought herself a nice laptop and game streamed. She could have bought herself a decent setup for streaming, actually. She could have... And she loves her horror games. She could have streamed those to Twitch and just done them there. Yeah? People would watch that. She could be a great creator if she actually bothered to do it, right? But she doesn't, because she's actually beyond lazy at this point. Which is a bit tragic, really, isn't it? Can I be cheeky, by the way, guys, and make one more cheeky little super chat goal? Can I do that? And I'll do that. I might go black for a second. Let's do one more. Let's be cheeky. I'm not going to do 10, we'll do 5, because, yes. Yes. Apparently it's not an exclamation. You're welcome. Bosh. Okay, right, let's go back here and let's carry on because we've got another 6 minutes of this.
That's really hurting my body.
And Casey, well done. Pushing through pain, like you mentioned chronic pain. I'm really sorry you have to endure that. But well done for pushing through it.
Something that's controlling my mind or trying to control my mind and making
Until
me
Lisa, I
act
agree.
in a way that I'm just completely losing touch. You know, further and further I go into this illness, I'm losing touch with who I am. I'm losing control of who I am.
So nothing changed in 7 years then, Chantal. Like, you'll cite food addiction as the reason you never changed. But let's face it here, you never wanted to change. You've never wanted... That tells us how hollow this video is, by the way. And why you've turned comments off or kept them off. Because I do remember years ago, old videos, the likes, dislike, and comments were always disabled. Right? You have chosen this life. I work on the computer for YouTube videos, yeah? I go for walks because of that. I do work outside IRL work, which you should do as well, by the way, because it's better to keep yourself based in reality. Okay? I come home. I've been painting Warhammer. I've been painting Warhammer recently. Some football gnomes, Blood Bowl, because we all need something to distract ourselves away from it. I know I'm going to stream on Twitch. I know I stream on Rumble. I know I stream here as well. I know I have stuff I can do, but I don't always have to. You need to, because you've got nothing going on beyond this, and right now you've just lost the only source of income you have. Well, thank you, Argentum. You don't owe an apology for the glazing. I think it's hilarious. Running with Sporks. Hi, hope you're well. Good luck for the interview. Who's having an interview? Who's having one? Shop and sleep. Oh, job interviews. You, Argentum. Good luck. You smash it. Prepare, practice, perform, and you got this. You will get a new job if that's what you're after. You will do well. Auto deposit 10% of her YouTube money every month into a money market or investment. That would, yeah, if she'd done that, that'd be good. Hello, Michael. Hope you are, buddy. Let's continue.
Argue that you have to admit that you have no control over it.
The problem is when you say it, it means nothing. We know this because it's been nearly 7 years.
I'm conflicted with some of their doctrines, so I'm not too sure how I feel about that.
You don't have... just a quick thing. No one cares about your feelings in this because your feelings are irrelevant. What matters is the practicality. If you can commit to doing something like that, then you'll be better off, won't you? Financially, potentially, healthy, yes, but we now know it's been nearly 7 years and you're still this.
But I'm really now just at a point where I'm like, what now? And I'm trying to make sense, I guess, by going in the past and trying to figure out the pattern or where the source of this obsession with food.
Clown, that's good. I like that. That's good. Well done.
And when I really think about it, is it just was always there. There's no traumatic event that I can think about. I mean...
Well, it's... Okay. Not everything has to be tied to trauma. Have a great... Oh, thank you, Soft Squeaky Duck. I really appreciate that. I will be sure to. Hopefully. We'll have a great time. Yeah, sure. Great. Going on a boat trip. I'm going to drive a boat and I'm going to crash it because I'm a good driver. And thank you, Emily, for being here. As you're late, Smash the like. Thank you. Oh, I've lost more than 7 months. She hasn't 7 years. That is kind of tragic, Xylene. Thank you so much. I forgot what she said, by the way. I'm just going to pull back slightly.
And when I really think about it, is it just was always there. There's no traumatic event that I can think about. I mean,
right, yeah, no traumatic event. Not everything has to be tied to trauma to lead to consequence, right? Things simply are based on those around you. Enabling doesn't mean trauma, does it? You were enabled by people who are unwilling to say no to you. I'm going to go out on a limb here based on the fact you've not mentioned other kids around and assume there were not many other children around. Because if there were, they would be fighting you for scraps. Does that make sense? I'm going to assume. Does anyone know if Chantel has cousins or sisters or brothers? Because if there weren't many other kids, I can understand why she got so much. I don't justify, just to be clear, but I get it. Are you snoring? You are, aren't you, bastard? One of my dogs is snoring. Yeah. Chantal got worse. She did, yeah. Bad habits. It sounds like bad habits, 100%. Random rep abuser. That's what I was going to call you. You're welcome. She lost her hair, ovaries, credibility. The dignity, I think, I have often said that the ovaries, and I felt so bad for her. Because I remember in these old videos back in the day, which she's changed, by the way, she's changed this description, right? In the old videos, this is, oh, actually, I've just realized that is actually completely the more recent thing. It used to have a description talking about wanting to be a mother. And I couldn't hold it against her wanting to be a mum. I really couldn't. And then she lost it and then went off the deep end. And I was like, I'm being nice to Doggo. There are treats and everything here. She has a sister. Right. F for that. Sister. Based on that though, I'd be inclined to believe there aren't many other, around. Hello, Jamaican Ting. Hope you're well, by the way. Hello, anyone else I have not said to? Beeze Thany? Yes. Beeze Thany? Oh, that's a good name. Magnolia. Oh, that's a good name as well. Papa. Yeah, that's one of the Cavaliers. I don't know if I have pictures of them still. Let me have a look. Do I need the pictures here? Let's have a look. I did not. Right, let me go and I'll get you a picture. Don't you worry, guys. I've got you. I've got you. If you want a picture of the doggo, smash the like. If I get, how many likes do I need? Let's say one more like. Yeah, one more like and I'll put a dog on the screen. How about that? Is that fair? Yeah, one more like. Are we up by one yet? Is it 227 it says here? I think we can do 228, guys. Let me see the one and I'll give you the like, the dog. You're welcome. That seems like a fair trade. Okay. Not asking for money. There we go. Okay. Puppers. There you go. There. That's the wrong sodding tab, you bastard browser. Hang on. Chrome's being unresponsive. Give me a second, guys. Really? That is... Oh, you absolute lobcock of a browser. No, you can shut the fuck up. Chrome just crashed on me. Give me a second. Are we still live? Did you actually crash on me? You absolute ball bag of a browser. Am I still here? I am. Okay. Right, give me a second. I'm just gonna... There's hamster. Okay. Chrome just crashed. I'm so sorry. Right, there's the dog. Can we go to window capture? Window capture, properties. There it is. Dogs! You're welcome. I'm so sorry that it took so long. Browser just crashed on me. Go figure. There be my dogs. The one snoring is the one at the bottom. I don't want to say the colour of the dog because I might get cancelled. But her name is Sizzles. The one above is my older dog called Lizzie. She's 13. Her name is Plump. We call her Plumpy as well. Sorry about that. Technical faults. Yes. Keep smashing like, of course, though, because I need attention. We're only at 254 likes. I'm just saying, guys. No, I'm kidding. Thank you so much for the likes. This is a good stream. Right, we're on day 6, which is this, but obviously I've got an ad now, so I need to bring you back here, mute it, and suffer 6 seconds of an ad, and hopefully the video will be where we were, because Cough, you horrible ad. You are AIDS. You don't have an avatar. Wait, what? Huh? What avatar? Do I use... Am I missing one here? Oh, it's... What minute were we on? Anyone know what minute the video was before that? I don't know what minute it was. Okay. Are we back on... Oh, we're not on the video yet. There we go. Right, I don't know exactly where we were, so give me a second.
And when I really think about it, it just was always there. There's no traumatic event that I can think about. I mean,
right. I nailed it.
Food was just always there, always comforting me through everything in life. Not just one traumatic event. Good events. Traumatic.
Lollipop Lemur, I probably should do that, and I get told off or not. We were at like 80. Yeah, I think I'm at the right place.
Events, good events, bad times. Every time was covered with the protection of food.
You really needed a hobby. I had one as a kid. I had a few. Warhammer is a consistent one I've always had. I've always painted models, and I found it therapeutic. Great for anxiety. Video games as well, of course. You like your horror stuff. As I got older, of course, my hobbies changed because I had brain cells that I wanted to use for a time.
And I'm terrified of taking that away.
12:29, 9 feline. Mercifully, I was only a few seconds short of that. It was a guess.
Even now, as I'm talking to you, I'm thinking about food. I'm terrified of taking that away because honestly, it feels...
She never wanted to be a mum. So, anxiety, I could believe that to be true as well. I just remember the video description. It was so... I put it in one of the content constables, if memory serves. I think it is in the first one.
Like,
but I could believe that she didn't want it.
There's nothing. There's nothing... That's what my video yesterday, finding happiness without food. What happiness, you know?
Well, this is where we know where your mind is. Because you don't even draw happiness from eating. I'm a very happy chappy when I've had a good meal, and I know many a person who get very hangry when they've not got any food in them, and then when they got food, all of a sudden the switch just changes and the real person comes back out again. They're all happy and lovely, and yeah, like you are so shallow. You've tethered everything to eating, and yet you're still not happy when you're eating. What does that say about you, Chantal? It says you, now especially, still have never grown up. Even 7 years after this, when it went on public on the channel, you have never grown up. And we know this because you still bothered to be fake with everything here as well. You took everything that was you and replaced it with this nonsense to try and promote your Cameo and your PayPal, which, by the way, if I was you, I'd remove both those links immediately, because this is going to be used against you. If anyone else notices in the legal system you've made these public and you've put this here instead, you're done. Honestly, happiness cooking. Cooking is so much fun, though, isn't it? Good meal. It does. If she would try and get a hobby, I agree. But she's the type to get to the end and not bother. If she painted Warhammer, she'd be the type just to paint them grey and ignore them.
Take me a while to realize that there's other things. The other things don't appeal to me right now. The only thing that appeals to me is food.
I'll see if I can
don't care about, and I know that's such a bad way to think. You know, and it's just yeah, it's just always been on my mind. It's like a lover.
I'm gonna put a picture.
It's a dysfunctional relationship.
Just for the sake of it, I'm gonna put a picture on the stream in a second of what I've been doing. I'm just having to use my phone, so I can't see you wonderful, resplendent, and absolutely amazing, generous people. A picture of what I've been doing. I turned the model sideways just so you can see it. I'll put it on the screen in a second once I pulled the chat back up, because I can't see you guys. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Here you are. Press play. There we go. Ride my bike, take pictures. I love bike riding. I like playing my guitar as well. Being a lefty, yeah, I appreciate it. If we get one more like, I'll show you what I've been painting. So 259, oh, no, sorry, 267. One more like, folks, and I'll show you what I've been painting. I have a lot of models to show you, though. Yes. Scrolls down. What the frag? Get off my screen. If I'm on this browser, why are you switching me to a different one? Don't be a loser. Let's have a look. Oh, we got 267. We almost? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Right, I'll show you. Hopefully my browser won't crash. I've been painting... these are 2.5 centimeters tall. The foxes are not. The foxes are shorter. I've been painting Blood Bowl gnomes. These guys, Blood Bowl gnomes. These guys are... I'm the guy currently on the handle I've turned sideways I'm painting at the moment. I turned him sideways so he's in the picture. The foxes aren't finished. They're not need highlighting. We have linebackers and two wide receivers, and I don't know what their position is actually yet, but we've been working on these guys. I did the eyes for them earlier, actually. I was very proud of that. Are they visible? Yeah. I think it's a great way of distracting your mind, and I'm glad you did. You're on my server, Aki, aren't you? Yes. But this is what I do to calm my mind. There's models in the background as well. At least wanted me to fix this Tinkerbella, so I'm like, well, that's next on the list then, isn't it? You know? It's what you do. You occupy your mind, and you don't think of food, which is all you've ever done. Continuing with the video, though.
Because I know food is not my friend. It's not my protection. Ironically, it's the one thing that is doing the opposite of protecting me. It's hurting me.
6 years later, and you're still harming. You know, basically, that's a violation of YouTube's terms of service. Like, it's kind of hecticana. Hi, Mega Cooley. Hope you're well. Hope the Blood Bowl miniatures were interesting enough for you guys. They are literally 2.5 centimeters tall. They are really hard to paint. Yeah. Oh, nice. Some guy who paints. I'm okay with this.
It's killing me. It's made me sick. I have sleep apnea.
You have a CPAP.
I have a pretty bad hormonal imbalance that's causing
Oh, yeah. Sorry. You were talking.
ovarian cysts. And I can hardly walk anymore.
Oh, some things never change, do they, Chantal? Facial expression included.
It's affecting my relationships with people. And
What relationships with people? You don't have any friends. You chose self-imposed exile to live a fake life fraudulently so you could then live elsewhere. And by the way, we know you transferred all your money to Salah, so you weren't earning anything on YouTube, which means you are then not having to declare earnings because it's going to somebody else. We know this. I'm glad you like them, but no one is gnome. I like that. I like that. I have sciatica, and let me tell you, if you don't walk, it is. I've heard. I've got my dad's dearly departed partner. She has one of her sons had a sciatica problem, and honestly, I couldn't imagine that kind of pain. Thank you, Mega Kudia. Thank you for subbing. I really appreciate that. Everyone that joins and says hi and likes, this means the world to me. Thank you so much. And hello, Andy McManus. Hope you're well. Under magnifying glass, only the eyes, because I can see them, but I need to see them a bit more clearly, so I don't go out. So when I apply a nice little wash in the recesses, I don't flood the eyes. Yeah.
And yeah, you know, so I'm still looking into different help I can get.
So in the 7 years, you got absolutely none. You're welcome.
This is, like I said, this is it's not a quick process to healing, but
It's been 7 years. You've lost less weight than Amber has in the same amount of time. If memory serves, Amber's been at this for over 7 years and she's lost 7 pounds from the highest. You have continued to put on weight while claiming you weigh much less. Okay. Spinal compression's real, though. Your body frame is akin to Gru.
But
with a fupa.
I want to continually keep on the road of healing. I think
that never happened then, did it?
It is possible. So yeah, so I just wanted to talk about...
Bye, Kat. Thank you for being here. Safe travels. Let me yawn you out. Sorry, I had to yawn while talking. I'm very sorry about that.
When I think about it, you know, about 28 years of my life or so...
Oh, that's unfortunate, isn't it?
...have been consumed by food.
Well, then you're lucky to be here, by the way. You actually are. You are shallow. You have nothing, because you've allowed your hobby to actually consume you via you consuming.
And every memory I can think of, I remember the food first. I don't remember the experience first. I remember the food first. And I just really want food to get the fuck out of my head. Well,
it's never going to change. Random web abuse, I think this is very important. if you're gonna have a creator create their own community or be a part of one or try and you want to make sure that that resonates with who you are as a person. So the creator should either seek to be their true self or put on a show. Now, there are many who put on a show, and by doing so, they put on a character. The thing is, I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to be nasty to anyone. I've said things about some people, and yes, okay, I've been honest about that. I have criticized the likes of French Fried Girl. I have done that, and that's fine. You can criticize people. There's nothing wrong with that. I've criticized Life for Free Spirit. I've criticized Charlie Gold. I've criticized everyone because everyone's made mistakes, and you should be criticized. How you handle it is a testament to who you are, and that then leads to what becomes your community as well. If you're not willing to simply accept you can be wrong, if you're not willing to listen, if you're not willing to engage with your chat and and accept constructive feedback, or simply be nice, not be a dick for a change, then chances are your community is going to actually turn on you one day. Chances are you're going to breed a community of nasty people. You don't want that. I think that's horrible. I think that's nasty. Chantel makes a lot of mistakes, and I can criticize her for a lot of things, but I don't have to do much of that because right now it's a legal process and we all get to enjoy that ride. So this update's handy because we get to look at what's been done so far and then look at what she claimed she was then, nearly 7 years ago, and see just how bad it is. We don't have to say too much beyond, well, you didn't change, did you? But we get to watch this so we understand as a retrospective and a little retro stream just how far she fell off. Because she went from this to catfishing on TikTok with fake Arabic, like, facial filters. You know, the one which made her eyes and face and everything look like it was the pristine, perfect Muslim look that she was going for? Do you remember that? With the music in the background? Like, that's beyond catfishing, and she should be criticized for it. And if you want to go out of your way to be volatile and aggressive and poisonous with your audience, I think that's unhealthy. I think it's bad for your life expectancy, and I want to live a long time. I really do, because it wasn't until I started on YouTube that I felt like I finally started to belong somewhere, you know? And many people feel that, you know, if you didn't have many friends when you grew up or you got bullied or something, you didn't really feel like you belonged. When I went to university, I didn't belong with them either, because they were mostly borderline scene kids and hipsters. So I didn't hang out with them. I didn't care. The only person I'm still friends with is David, and David and I have a similar sense. We don't look anything like we should be friends. Both have completely different career trajectories, but natural chemistry breeds that. And while I'm a dick, there are rules. I obey them. We're nice to each other, you know? I think if you can't do that, then you suck. And I think when a character affects the real person in real life, as you've written there, Revolution, character becomes a danger ego character. I agree. And I think that's where Chantel, annoyingly, I think she's always been her true self, but she's decided what she wants to share, and now she's desperately trying to control it. I don't think she's succeeded. I think she's failed, because every time she rages, she streamed it and monetized it, and that's going to be used against her. And she can try and take it down, but let's face it, everyone that hates her, because that community exists to hate her, they've got the clips, they've got the recordings. That could all be used against her now. And why? Because she's a terrible person. Her community, there are some that are there to support and feed her. Yeah, sure, but the vast majority are not there to like her anymore, are they? Like, no. I think if you can't be nice to people, don't bother. If you can't say anything nice. But I think if you're going to criticize, at least be a little bit constructive. Don't just be nasty, because that will create more of this negativity. It doesn't need to exist. It doesn't need to. I mean, it's not bad from time to time, but if it's a consistent daily thing, I feel like that's a heart attack waiting to happen. I'd much rather just a squid dick. There you go.
I really do.
That's the sincerity sigh. Just thought I'd share that.
And it's tiring, because it's like, I'm going to be like this forever.
Well, Chantel, allow me to spoil the next 7 years for you. It is. You never changed. And you got worse, and the consequences got worse, and now you're experiencing one. And I don't want you to get put in prison. I don't want you to suffer. I've never wanted that for anyone, right? But I am not the arbiter of truth in Kuwait, and I can't tell them how to treat you. But then you don't even know how to look after yourself, do you? So, yeah. Do I know? Would I cross the street to pee on her? Most people wouldn't, to be fair. It's a waste of perfectly good urine, honestly.
It's going to get easier. Maybe I will be completely cured. Maybe. I don't know, but it's. I don't think an addict of any kind is. An addict is always at risk of relapse.
Yeah, which is why you need to be in therapy. There are groups for this. I mean, even where I live, there are Weight Watcher groups that meet weekly. People go. It's a great way, first of all, making friends. And what you need, Chantal, is the one thing you've never had. A good support network. Right? I go to the gym. Yeah. I talk to people at the gym. There are nerdy people there now, which is great. I talk to them. There are blokey guys I talk to because they're lovely. Everyone's lovely. You should do that. I've been told I have one of the most unapproachable demeanors, yet when you talk to me, I'm perfectly fine. I'm lovely. I'm not. I just look like I'm going to hit you. That's all. I'm not actually going to do it because I look miserable. It's my face. It's a preset, right? It's just a preset. Unfortunately, I didn't download the DLC to get myself a better face, so I'm left with sad teddy bear face with long hair and a beard. You know? But with you, you actually could. These things exist and you've never bothered. Because you've always looked for the heist, you know? You've always looked for the easy way out. Always hope she goes to Canada and pay her taxes. Omegon has RBF. I have a resting teddy bear face, so it's RTBF. Are you going to stream tomorrow on the second channel? I'm going to stream on Moist Ski Live. I'll put it in the chat, the channel name, so you can go look it up. Yeah, that's the channel. Moist Ski Live tomorrow. And it'll be a whiskey stream, so me and my friend David are going to talk about whiskey. You have resting bitch face, Katie. Fair play, I know a few people. And I have resting bitch face. Do I shrimp fried my rice? Fair play. Oh, I'm glad someone knows. Imagine, please don't. It's just think of the Joseph Merrick. Look up Joseph Merrick, and that's the face you need to know.
Whether 2 months down the road, 6 months, 6 years, 20 years, there's always a chance of relapse. And
well, mercifully, you've been relapsing for 7 years. So, do we call it relapsing at that point? Is it relapsing at that point, or is it you just being you? Because I'm inclined to believe it is always just you being you, and this food addiction thing's a load of hokum in the context of you. You are just naturally inclined to be greedy. There's nothing here of substance beyond what you put into your system. And we know you've always had a gluttonous interpretation of what can go in, because when you were being called out by a name who I refuse to say, but Chicken Sushi Guy, yeah, he even mentioned you went excess on the sherbet. You went excess on everything. Like, you went full on because you've never known the term restraint. Joseph Merrick is the Elephant Man, so you get it.
I think the key is learning.
And Alexandra Tronchek, you're absolutely correct. You have to try, and she's never tried. Go to prison might ironically say it might do. It might do. I don't want her to. Hi, Rebel Storm. I really don't want her to go there, but I'm not. It's not my place to judge another country's rules, laws, and culture. All I know is she's been there fraudulently for 2.5 years under a tourist visa while claiming she's there to be with her husband, who she cohabits with in a box flat that was basically an office building.
How to deal with those urges to relapse. That's all you can do. Is roll with the punches, you know? You can't really avoid them.
Oh yeah, she's greedy, Elizabeth, 100%.
And when I went to see a cognitive behavior therapist, they talked about ways of coping with coping mechanisms, because avoiding feelings and negative parts of life, it's not realistic. It's not.
No, it's not, which is why you go to therapy, because therapy helps you tackle those issues head on. You've made so much money, as Milkia pointed out earlier. You had 20k a month. You could have paid for therapy, but no, you would much rather back then throw it all away. You didn't care. You claimed to not care about money. Well, you have to care now because you could barely afford to eat enough to get by. That is, Oh, Shumbunkins. Shumbunkins, honestly, I'm not against this. Was that the Glenn Fiddick 21? Was that you? Was that the Fiddick? Nice. I'm going to Whiskey Shop tomorrow, just to spoiler everyone. Yeah, I'm going to see what they've got. See if they have anything I might like to get my hands on. You never know. Oh, thank you. Hi, Obisi. Oh, how do you pronounce that? Obisi? See? Hi. Sorry for not pronouncing your name correctly. Coco knows an easier body. She does eat a lot, and I think, and that's the perfect fart face she's pulling. Anime Sucks gave her $450. Fam, Anime Sucks, man. Just give the money to me. It'll be spent on a single malt, okay? Stop wasting money on Chantal.
It's not healthy. You need to learn how to cope with them. So that's what I'm learning. And
oh, and as you're late, see, smash the like. That's your punishment. Whiskey her will be a drink along. Possibly, Shelley. Possibly. I don't know. I don't have too much to spend personally. I've got to put some money aside for the boat trip and stuff, and so I'm not entirely sure what's going on just yet. But it should be. Should have a laugh anyway. I'm going to put some samples together for the guys in the whiskey shop I'm going to, because they've always niced me, and I think I'd like to nice them. I put a couple samples away. Whiskey feeder, absolutely. Coffee.com, everyone. We've got like 5 minutes before I have to leave anyway, so that's what you want to do. Uncultured swine, that is exactly what I am. Oh, thanks for becoming a Jesus, YouTube channel member. I really appreciate that. But Anime Sucks. I've heard of Anime Sucks, yes. I've covered them, in fact. They're a terrible enabler. Unless, of course, they're Salah just faking donations, which wouldn't surprise me.
yeah, so anyways,
Oh, Anime needs money for lawyers. Wait, what? Wait, huh? Can someone pass on information about that? Because I don't know what that's about.
I'm, you know, this is all just a lot of realizations are actually happening to me lately, and that's all I can be grateful for right now is the ability to be aware, the ability to learn from everything.
Well, that hadn't worked. The looking up to the side thing, she does that a lot. She has a problem with sincerity. Her eyes give her away.
So I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Oh, Storning. I really want to try. I've tried this Storning. I tried one. It was a whiskey shop exclusive. It was lush. But I'd have, if you reach out to me via email, we'll see if we can sort something out. Okay? The real Omegon at yahoo.com.
I know it's a bit depressing. That's my reality. And
oh, nice Starry. Oh no, that's terrible. Anime Sucks. If you have done that, I'm going to base it on if you have. You're a terrible person, and you should be well and truly ashamed of yourself. Never attack your mother. Ever. Don't ever do that. Fam. No. Don't. Don't steal from your mum. Don't harm your mum. Don't take anything from your mother. That's a Chantal move. Don't do it.
And, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are in similar situations who can relate, and, you know, I'm doing it for you guys so we can support one another. And
well, that failed. Considering the community she now has.
Just keep going. So anyways, guys.
Bored. That's the perfect face to finish with, isn't it, really? No. I'm going to come back here. Hi. We're here. You're welcome. There's a fake Omega. Is there? If there's a fake me at pre-gig nap, lucky bastard. Can't be having this, right? All this niceness your way. I'm going to get rid of that tab with all that stuff on. We don't need it. Let's have a quick look at the poll. So, majority of you don't think Chantal will go to jail. With 815 votes, by the way. That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for engaging on that. I really appreciate that. I am going to have to end in a moment. If anyone does want to support this channel after the stream, please do so, well, via the coffee link, of course, because your money means more whiskey, of course. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm going to make sure I've liked everyone's super chats. I have done so. Thank you so much. Honestly, your incredible generosity means the world to me. It really does. I'm going to go because I need to shut this place down. Hi, Feldy. You're late. Smash the like. Mado as well. Yes. Sheep dip is all right. It's okay. I'm going to go. Yeah, Shum Bunkins, hit me up. Saj, sorry. I've got to get an early train tomorrow. I'm so sorry. But I'm going to go. Have a lovely evening, everyone. And I will see you all, well, soon. Yeah.